Howdy. This is the first part of my Revenge of the Fallen Legends review. The second part will be done in, well, hopefully a few days, so stay tuned. First, Bumblebee. We finally get the concept Camaro version of him. Compared with the 1974 version, it's easy to guess who the winner is. This. The gold and yellow this is cast in looks great, along with the black stripe deco. Its proportions are great, and unlike his predecessor, there are no major robot parts visible. It's all smooth and solid. Well, you can see the feet at the back, but not glaringly so. The transformation is very simple, as you'd expect. The robot mode is slightly better than the previous mold, but only slightly. Aside from the huge chest, his proportions are good, and articulation is also improved, but only in the shoulders. He has a few additional paint apps on him, so he doesn't look too bland. The only annoying flaw is that the chest doesn't lock. It's a bit loose actually. Other than that, it's a decent representation of the character. Next, Springer. There's no proper mainline toy for this character. They're probably saving that for the next movie line. Like Incinerator, this is roughly an Osprey, with colours that are a bit dull, but are traditional for Springer. Well, the green is anyway. On top you can see 5PR1 N63R. No guessing what that hints at. The proportions of the aircraft are also pretty good, and his only robot extras are the hands and feet. The propellers spin freely, and you can flip them up so it works like a VTOL aircraft. The transformation on this one is actually pretty clever. You have to do things in sequence, mainly splitting the top so that you can fold the rear section down. The robot mode also looks good. The proportions are a bit skinny, but it's in such a way that he appears agile. The colours are more or less the same here, aside from additional paint on the head. Though he actually has hands, you can fold them back and use the props as weapons. A feature that would have helped Incinerator in terms of play value. Sadly, Springer's barely poseable even by Legend standards, so any dynamic stances with these prop weapons are out. But if you're looking for a mini display piece, this is the Legend to get. Finally, for this part, Sideswipe. His Corvette Stingray mode looks pretty sleek even at this scale. True, he lacks the sweet silver paint the Deluxe has, but this light shade of grey comes close to that. The proportions are, once again, pretty good, and there are no robot parts visible at all. You can see the many transformation seams, but that's unavoidable. The transformation is simple, but also frustrating in how the legs can pop off at the hips at times. The robot mode is so-so. It's really the legs that bring him down. From the sides, you can see that they're moulded in the appropriate way, along with the wheel foot sculpt. But from the front, they just look like big blocks. Elsewhere, it's a decent translation of the Deluxe's robot mode. He's the most poseable out of him, Springer and Bumblebee, but that's not saying a whole lot. And like in transformation, his hips can pop off depending on how you move them. As a whole, I'd say he's about as good as Bumblebee. Overall, if you like Legends figures, these are worth getting. Otherwise, get their full-sized counterparts. Or in Springer's case, wait for a proper mainline figure if it comes. In the next part, I'll be looking at Legends Optimus, Jetfire and Megatron.